If you look at 10% off of revenue that you're going to, overall revenue that you get per month, that's effectively like on an average £300 a month. I've got clients who are making at least £10,000 profit doing kind of the management and co-hosting. You're making an amazing figure from your bedroom if you'd like. I have 6 client exec team, and as soon as I onboard, it goes to the client exec team and I do not have to worry about what needs to be done in the account. With co-hosting business, the main topic of 2024, and my channel has brought a lot of attention because I did like a 4-series video on how to start, scale, optimize, and everything to grow your co-hosting business. Now, today's video, honestly, I'm going to talk about 3 things, which is location freedom, financial freedom, and time freedom using Airbnb co-hosting model. It's going to be a very short and sweet video because as we go into 2025, the first thing, I can take my work anywhere I want to. Like for example, today I got to watch this sunset, but my work doesn't stop. B, I've got a solid team of 15 that are able to actually deliver the work for our clients. And financial freedom, which is obviously, it can be a little bit passive at times, but it can be also very massive depending on how you want to take the business model. So guys, welcome to another Grow Your BNB video. Now let's go into a little bit of detail around those 3 things I want to discuss, but it's going to be fun. But before I start this full video, I've got to say, being here for nearly 3 years, I never get tired of the view. This is what it brings, right? With co-hosting business, you've got the option to do this anywhere in the world. You can take your business, you can carry your business and be anywhere in the world and still be able to deliver this. So I'm really excited. This is Piers from GrowYourBnb.com, and let's go into the video. So guys, location freedom as a co-hosting business owner. Let me take you back a little bit around when I started my journey about 10 years ago, because the perfume shop that I owned, I had to physically be in that shop to be able to open the shop and serve customers. The estate agency, right? I had a real estate agency. Now, if you're in the UK, you'll understand estate agency. If you're watching from different part of the world, the real estate agency that I had, it was a shop. So I remember waking up 7:30 and shower, get ready, and I'll be there for 8, sometimes even early, because I had to open the door before my team come in, right? And I had that mentality of I need to hustle because I need to be there before all my competition. I need to make sure that I am the first person doing that work and leading by example for my team. And here it comes, like, fast forward 6 years later, I sold my estate agency and been in the industry for 6 years. I realized that this co-hosting model, that I've kind of keep it pretty secret to myself in a way that I've built this business and people know. And if you go and watch my reviews and stuff, people will talk about it, because I realized that I didn't want to go down the management route because there was a lot of I need to do the work on a monthly basis, a lot of accountability. And what I realized, the way I consult my client, it was pretty simple to co-hosting, but in my own way. Now, I realized that co-hosting becomes a lot better opportunity for someone who's actually starting, because from a location perspective, right? Today, for example, like I said, I will do a video here watching a sunset, right? Talking to you guys about what's happened. But then next day I can be in Spain. I've, worked in Dubai. I've taken my work everywhere. And the beauty about this business is you literally need a phone, a laptop, and a Wi-Fi. That is pretty much it. So from a location perspective, if you're watching this video and if you're new to the online space game, you're thinking, okay, that sounds like a marketing agency. It literally is like a marketing agency, but for Airbnb owners. The only other things that you're adding as a co-host is you're speaking to obviously the guest comms, you're looking after that. So I cannot find any other business that is so much flexible in terms of location. You can literally pick up your computer, you can, as long as you've got a Wi-Fi, you could be somewhere in Spain, you can literally drop into your accounts of your client account and look at their performance and manage performance, and still be able to run the business without worrying about being in a certain place at a certain time. So let's talk about the financial freedom of this co-hosting aspect of the business. And I've realized that the more I see people getting into co-hosting and different opportunities they bring to their potential co-hosting client, you have amazing opportunities to just go and deliver. And like our clients have, who's worked with us in GrowYourBnb, they go through 8 weeks process. They're generally people who have their own properties properties or do a rent-to-rent or rent-to-arbitrage if you're a different part of the world, and they've learned the process of making their unit perform. As soon as they feel confident on doing that, they're then going in and they're finding colleagues. They're going, okay, well, actually, your property is not doing that great. I can literally help you get similar results to what I have in my property. So all of a sudden, you're now being a co-host to other people with a confidence on how to get bookings, right? And that comes with your financial opportunity, because if you look at 10% off of revenue that you're going to overall revenue that you get per month, that's effectively like on an average £300 a month. And now 300, if you now times it by only 10 properties, that is not a lot. It's only 10 properties. Even if you pick a client with 3 properties, you only need 3 clients to get it to 9 units, and like let's say 4 clients to make it to 10. You've now got something that is going to pay you over £3,000. From a financial perspective, you can either add value to your current earning, or you can replace your earning. Like in the UK, the basic salary is not a lot. So you can literally, by doing this, having those 10 properties, you will literally replace your income, and it doesn't need a lot of work, because what you're doing is you're getting clients those long-term bookings. So financially, your clients are making more money, as well as for you, you're doing a very less work for high return in financial gain. So from a financial freedom, can you make this business go? Yes, I've got clients who are making at least £10,000 profit doing kind of the management and co-hosting, and that is easily possible. Obviously, you're adding more properties to your portfolio, but at the end of the day, you have such a great business model that you guys can leverage. And again, going back to combining the first, which is the location freedom, adding it with financial freedom, right? Because your outgoing could be, if you're 19, 20 years old and you haven't got your first property, you don't rent, you live with your mum and dad, your financial freedom number is going to be very low. So all of a sudden, you're making an amazing figure from your bedroom if you'd like, right? Because again, we're talking about location freedom. Doesn't mean you've got to have your own place, doesn't mean you've got to travel all the world. You can sometimes have the ease of being in your bedroom. I started this in my actual bedroom, in my desk in bedroom, and I've shared a lot of photos. It's exciting if you can think about how you can grow this business and how you can really leverage this business short term and long term. And lastly, guys, let's talk about time freedom with this business. So one thing I've realized with co-hosting model is you can literally hire a small contractor or a VA in Philippines, Pakistan, and literally I've got clients at the moment who have worked with VAs on a kind of contract per property basis. Basically, the VA will charge you £30 to manage the whole property for the month, including marketing and guest comms. So somebody in like Pakistan, Bangladesh, for them £30 per property is an amazing number. But now what you can do is you can effectively onboard that client on your co-hosting model. You then have a VA who can be passed over. So as soon as you onboard it, the VA can do all your admin work. They can do all the listing. They can do all the changes. They can look after the guest comms. They can look at the pricing. Everything you need to actually do can be literally passed over to your VA, who then can manage this. Now, if you think about it this way, if you're now charging client 10%, and by the way, and I've got some clients who are now starting to charge onboarding fee into their co-hosting model. So if you charge somebody £300 co-hosting onboarding and charge them 10%, that £300 will pay someone's 10 months off your VA's per property salary, which effectively means now you don't literally have to do anything apart from overlooking the actual process. Now, time freedom, that straight away brings right now, like for me, I will give you a perfect example. I have 6 client exec team, and as soon as I onboard, it goes to the client exec team and I do not have to worry about what needs to be done in the account. It's onboarded within 24 hours. We make changes within the first 48 hours. Our client are communicated on a daily basis. Again, if you look at some of our review here, like recent review, these are customers who's got over 30, 40 properties, and we're helping them understand how to get bookings. And from my perspective, as effectively a growth partner or a co-hosting person, I'm literally passing it over to my team and letting them deliver the work for my clients. So you can literally, and this is the beauty about, again, time freedom. You can literally take your time, shape up the systems and processes, put somebody in there, pass them over for a small fee per month, and all you're now doing is you're adding properties, passing it over, overlooking the results, calls, communicating with your clients, and you will have literally for 10 properties, you should not be doing anything more than 2 hours work per day. Again, think about the way you can systemize. We've got clients who do that. For 2 hours a day, you are at least looking to make £3,000 revenue, which is an amazing figure for a small business that you can start today and leverage in months to come. So guys, I'm really passionate about the co-hosting model just because from my perspective, doing it for the last 5-6 years in a slightly different manner, because we come as a growth partner. Most of our clients are not looking to have co-hosts. They're looking to have somebody to build their brand, which effectively is still the same thing. Now, in hindsight, it's just a fancy word, but we're going in as a co-host, doing all the work, and we're passing it over to the client in X amount of time. Now, the way I do it is purely because I build other people's brand. As GrowYourBnb, we make sure that their brands build. We're giving them everything to make them successful moving forward. So if client work with us for 6 months, not only we're doing everything from a brand perspective, we're growing their revenue, we're getting them bookings, but eventually when we pass it over, they're making sure that they can go and scale their business and actually become a co-host themselves. So I hope you enjoyed this very short and sweet video. I sit down in my channel, people come down here to understand what GrowYourBnb does, how we do things, but it's one of those things with business, you leverage location. And at this moment in time, I've got to say where I am at home, I leverage this view, enjoy the sunset, but remember guys, we're going back to the basic. Any business you do, what time, what location, and what financial freedom are you looking? And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this very short video that I wanted to do for the channel, and yeah, I'll be back with another video soon.